WCBI News at 10 starts now.
Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Tommy Lopez. It was a case of disorder in the court this afternoon in Lowndes County. Now at least one person is getting treatment following a dispute at the Lowndes County Justice Court. Officers and deputies both responded to the court. This was this afternoon after 4 o'clock. There was an altercation inside the building there. One person was taken from court, from the Justice Court complex to the hospital. Investigators are still gathering information on what happened and who is involved in this. We'll bring you more information as it becomes available. A Columbus man is facing charges of sexual assault of a child under the age of 14. 29-year-old DeAndre Hughes surrendered to Columbus police yesterday after a warrant was issued for his arrest. The charges stem from an incident earlier this month. Hughes was left in charge of 2 children at a home in East Columbus while their mother was at work. That was when the alleged assault took place. The child reported the incident to school officials who alerted police. Hughes' bond is set at $75,000. Scammers are always coming up with ways to steal our money. Law enforcement members say that they take place every day of the year, but certain ones play out during certain seasons. Our Jory Talley is showing us from some experts who have some tips for avoiding these.
It could happen to anyone, anywhere, anytime.
It's not just Winston County, but we're seeing it over and over and over again. What we're talking about is scams, different kinds of phone scams, computer scams. We have a lot of residents that are losing money to these people, and these people will scare them with different kinds of tactics.
Winston County Sheriff Jason Pugh says they especially target the elderly and don't give up until they get what they want.
These people are very convincing when they call you. I mean, it's not a real cheesy scam that's easy to see through a lot of times. A lot of times these people really have their act together. They really make it sound professional, and they get money.
And once they get that money, you'll never see it again.
One of the last ones that we worked here on an individual that sent some folks some money, it went straight to Detroit and then it went to Canada within 30 minutes. I mean, it was a large amount of money that was gone. So, I mean, and once it's gone, it's gone.
There's certain red flags to watch out for to make sure you don't fall a victim. Usually people get cheated because they think they're getting a good deal or about to go to jail because they owe old fines.
Most folks don't do business over the phone. There's a big IRS scam going on about income tax and stuff, you know what I mean? So the IRS doesn't do business that way, and neither does old fines. I mean, you'll be contacted personally or through the mail, and you'll know. And if you have any questions, just give our office a call or call your local law enforcement, and we'll run it down for you.
People also need to be aware of people coming around this time of year.
A lot of stuff that we see is like home repair improvements, roofing, asphalt companies that come in, that'll pitch a good scheme, and then they get a little money up front and they leave. Not to put any. People just need to be careful who they deal with. Make sure you know them. Check references.
Good to know. Those tax scams are always big this time of year. And both sheriffs, they both say this: never give personal information over the phone. You can also try to block unknown numbers that don't stop calling. So our weather tonight, Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson is in with us. Keith, warm today, still pretty warm tonight.
Warm, comfortable, all that good stuff here this evening. The moon rising here, looking east with our Alpha Insurance camera in downtown Columbus on our Thursday. Just after 10 o'clock here, 64 degrees, the wind is calm. We'll bottom out in the 50s tonight, probably mid to upper 50s. Quite comfortable still. Quiet here across our region. Tomorrow, more mid-80s. Look at this. Anywhere from North Mississippi and Alabama down towards the coast, it's going to be pretty warm. Your holiday weekend forecast in just a few minutes.
They are done with the Democratic Party. 7 elected leaders in Itawamba County, they switched their affiliation to the Republican Party today. The sheriff, coroner, 2 constables, and 3 county supervisors. They made this a very formal announcement here this morning outside the courthouse. You might have seen Governor Phil Bryant was there. Senator Roger Wicker were among them. Some Republican leadership welcoming them to the GOP. The new members tell us even though they've switched parties, their priorities haven't changed.
I knew it was the right decision. You know, I knew that the Republican Party was the right decision to run. The morals that things that they do, the beliefs that they have, what they stand for. I mean, what they stand for is things that I think everyone should stand for.
It just so happens that sometimes you have to plant your feet, and I have that conviction, and I have planted my feet, and I hope to continue serving the people of this county the same way I've always done. Nothing has changed.
Longtime Democratic activist Jamie Franks, who once represented parts of Itawamba County, says there's nothing wrong with officials switching parties, but he believes the officials who made this switch today went about it the wrong way.
I think it's a cowardly act to switch parties in the middle of your term after you've been elected. I think it's wrong. I think it's wrong whether you switch either way. And something should be done at the national level, and something should be done at the state and local level.
The other officials to make the switch include Constables Doug Leslie and Terry Johnson, along with Supervisors Charles Horn, Steve Moore, and Steve Johnson. Well, there's a major milestone for one of the largest employers in our region. Toyota Motor Manufacturing Mississippi is marking the 10-year anniversary of its groundbreaking. There was a big celebration today. Governor Bryant was a busy man today. He was also there. Hundreds of state, local, federal dignitaries, along with company officials, they came out today. This is in Blue Springs. Company officials say that this plant is a vital part of the automaker's success story.
This plant in Blue Springs, Mississippi has been incredibly successful and is a key cog in the overall strategy for Toyota in the United States. You know, 10 years of partnership with the state of Mississippi and this community has really meant a lot to us.
Plans were also announced for a $10 million interactive training and visitor center to be built on site. Tonight, the Shannon High School community is remembering a young man it lost. People came to the gym tonight to light candles in memory of Cameron Billups. The 16-year-old died Monday in a car crash. They released 52 balloons tonight in honor of his football jersey number. He was a two-sport athlete. Those who knew him say he could light up a room when he walked in.
Fly High 52, you know, we just want to be here for his family, his mom, and not just for the now, but, you know, in the future. And just a tragic accident that happened, and we're going to get through it and be strong for him and his family.
Visitation is Saturday from 3 to 6 at Williams Funeral Home. The funeral is 3 p.m. Sunday at the Lee County Agri Center. We'll be right back.
First Alert Weather Forecast with Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson.
Friday is tomorrow. Things are looking pretty nice around here, very similar to what we had today. 63 at 8 o'clock. We're looking at wall-to-wall sunshine, I think, to start out. Some friendly cumulus clouds by noon, 82. You may want to go find yourself a park bench. Eat outside for lunch tomorrow. It's looking pretty nice. 86, 4 o'clock. That's our forecast high tomorrow across our region. A lot of 86s on the map. We could be a little bit warmer or cooler depending on the situation, but that's how it's going to be. Close to some old records. Now, these are the old records for April 14th. Tupelo, your old record is 88, Columbus 87, Starkville 90. So we will be close. We'll just see if we can't maybe touch upon that, but probably fall just shy. Like we did today in Tupelo, we were 86. The old record today in Tupelo was 87. So we'll just see how it all shakes out. Suffice to say, it's going to be warm. Now, the drought monitor came out today. We still have a lot of dry territory, the yellow, and moderate drought territory in the tan. So we can use every raindrop that we can get going forward. Things have improved a little bit over what we had back in the fall. We've really cleaned out the drought situation for most of California with all the rain during the winter and the spring. Rain and snow still falling out there, and look at all the snowpack still in the Sierra. Some spots about 12 feet of snow up there in those mountains, and that's going to melt during the course of the summer and provide those folks out there with some welcome relief as far as water all year long, it would appear at this time. Showers and storms here in Oklahoma and Texas, those will stay out to the west because we've got this big blocking area of high pressure right here. Now this is going to break down a little bit as we get into the end of this holiday weekend, so our rain chances will come on back. But for tomorrow, here's Futurecast. You can see the better opportunities for rain on the periphery of that high pressure system back to the west and northwest. As we get into your Saturday, there will be a little bit of moisture that will try to sneak on into the region, primarily to our southwest. We may see a few more clouds, but as we get into your Sunday, some of that moisture gets a little bit farther north, and we may see a shower or two around here. Now check out this front. That's going to come on into the region and then stall out here on Monday. That could spark some more widespread activity, but the rain chance still just about 40%. That's probably our best day for some widespread rain around here, Tommy. So Sunday, can't rule out some rain. I think most of this weekend for Easter will be okay. Don't cancel your outdoor plans whatsoever. A little bit of rain by early next week, and then we just stay warm next week, too.
Yeah, it's been so warm and potentially some more record-breaking highs.
That is true. We'll just watch it tomorrow.
Okay, thank you very much. So people in Columbus were eating pizza for a good cause, a way to help homeless animals. We'll explain coming up tonight. Talk with Baptist segment. Tonight, Baptist is talking about end-of-life healthcare planning.
Hi, I'm Deborah Ronwalt, Palliative Care Clinical Coordinator at Baptist Memorial Hospital, Golden Triangle. Tonight, we will conclude our discussion of the Conversation Project, which is dedicated to helping people talk about their end-of-life wishes with steps 3 and 4 of how to start the conversation. Step 3, go. When you're ready to have the conversation, think about the basics. Who do you want to include in the conversation? Your family, friends, clergy, your doctor? When would be a good time to talk? Family gatherings or holidays? Or before I get sick again? Where would you feel most comfortable talking? Kitchen table, taking a walk, or in the car? What do you want to be sure to say? Go back to the 3 important things that you want them to understand about your end-of-life wishes, which we discussed last time. Step 4, keep going. Congratulations. Now that you have had the conversation, you're ready to think about completing 2 important legal documents to make sure your wishes are clearly stated and respected when the time comes. The first, choose a healthcare proxy or durable power of attorney for healthcare. This is someone you appoint to express your wishes and make your healthcare decisions for you if you cannot speak for yourself. The second, complete an advance directive or living will where you state your wishes regarding end-of-life medical care in case you are no longer able to make decisions or communicate your wishes. Join us next time for Health Talk with Baptist.
Mail your topic suggestions to healthtalk@wcbi.com. Health Talk has been brought to you by Baptist Memorial Hospital, Golden Triangle.
As part of a National Observance Day, Baptist is holding an informational event. This coming Tuesday, there will be professionals available in the patient tower lobby from 10 in the morning until noon. And Ole Miss is looking to win a series in Baton Rouge for the first time in more than 3 decades. A recap of Game 1 is next in sports.
Sports with Tom Ebel.
Ole Miss has been on a roll of late, winning their past 5 games. The Rebels would be in for a big test, taking on LSU in Baton Rouge. They haven't won a series in Baton Rouge in 35 years. James MacArthur on the mound for Ole Miss, leading the SEC's premier pitching staff against the Tigers. They're in for a tough one. Here early on, Jordan Romero gets a chopper past third. That's going to bring home Kramer Robertson. LSU, they lead 1-0. To the second we go, Antoine Duplantis rips a shot to right. That's going to land in right field. It's going to relay time, going to try and beat the throw home. And there it is. He's safe at the plate. Might have been a little close there, but LSU tacks on another one to be 3-0 after 4. This kind of night for Ole Miss. MacArthur's pitch is on the ground. It's going to bring home another easy run for LSU, whose bats could do no wrong. And this was probably the play of the game for Ole Miss. Here a blooper to left field. Look at Colby Bortles track this one, showing off the leather, laying in the clay. Ole Miss would need a lot more catches just like that, because LSU would go on to win 15-2. They put up 15 runs on 15 hits. Let's go to Nettleton now for some baseball, facing off Hatley in a divisional showdown. Nettleton down 2-0. Runner on base, Graham Gardner liner to third. Hatley's Cody Dunnigan can't make the play. Gardner makes it to first safely. Later on, bases loaded. Blaze Holland hits a chopper to second. Holland beats the throw to first. Tyler Finley scores. So Nettleton cuts the Hatley lead to 2-1. Still in the inning, Colton Osborne. He hits a chopper to third. Dunnigan gets the ball. Play at the plate. No soup for you. Nice double play there by Hatley. Hatley, they get the divisional win 10-4 against Nettleton. Big win in 3A baseball. Then we'll head over to some 2A softball. Two-time defending fast pitch champs, Smithville Lady Seminoles facing off against the Hamilton Lady Lions. Top second, Hamilton's Icy Cockrum rips a shot to center for a base hit. That goes for a single. Still in the inning, Kaylin Ferraro, she hits a liner toward the infield, ground out to first. Hannah Pettigrew scores for the Lady Lions. They're up 1-0. Smithville down 1-0 here. Olivia Robert hits a liner to center for a base hit. That goes for a single, but later on in that inning, Tara Parham, she hits a short pop-up. Tori Harrison with the nice leaning grab there for Hamilton for the double play. Hamilton gets a big road win tonight. In extra innings, they win 7-6 over Smithville. In the WNBA draft, Washington's Kelsey Plum is selected first overall by the San Antonio Stars. Mississippi State fans might recognize that name. The Bulldogs took down Plum, one of college basketball's most illustrious scorers in the NCAA tournament. So after a recap of the 2017 WNBA draft and Mississippi State's magical run in the tournament, the Bulldogs faced 5 of the top 12 picks in the WNBA draft. 3 of those, 3 in the top 10 coming from South Carolina. 8 SEC players were taken in the 3-round draft tonight. Some signings from today. Starkville Academy stud Dalton Dempsey signs to join Mississippi College's track and field team. If you watched Volunteer Sports, there's a good chance you checked out Dalton Dempsey in action. He played football, baseball, and track for Starkville Academy. Also signings today, Lamar County High School's Reagan Prowell signs to continue her volleyball career with Bevel State Community College. The dual sport athlete also played basketball for the Bulldogs, but excelled in volleyball, leading the team in blocks, kills, and aces. So how about, Tommy, going back to the WNBA draft?
That was a crazy stat.
Yep.
5 of 12
of the first round.
MSU faced them, and they beat a whole bunch of them.
Yeah, and of course it also highlighted how good a conference the SEC is in women's basketball. They had, I think, 8 or 9 players selected in the 3-round draft. So we could be seeing some Mississippi State players next year in that WNBA draft. So looking forward to that.
And it just shows how impressive the run was for the Bulldogs.
Beat a lot of good teams to get to that national championship.
Tom, thank you very much. We'll have a final look at the forecast coming up next. The Princess Theater in Columbus held a Pizza for Pups fundraiser. A few guys and ladies in our WCBI crew helped support it. It raised money for the Lowndes County Humane Society. One of its dogs there, Roscoe, he even joined in the fun. The Princess Theater switched the event away from a party this year. A nice night tonight. A couple nice nights coming up, Keith.
Oh yeah, great night to feed your dog a slice of pizza there. Yeah. And you know what? It's looking pretty nice for the next couple of days too. Get out there and make the most of your Friday and Saturday. We're dry, warm, And then perhaps a little bit of rain here for Easter Sunday. We'll see.
Yeah, but otherwise, good temperatures to be outdoors for the holiday weekend.
Warm stuff and seasonably warm air.
Yeah. Keith, thank you. Thanks for joining us. The Late Show with Stephen Colbert is coming up next.